So normally, some pump-up music starts playing, and I run from out here, I high-five everyone, but the clicker was too far away, so it didn't happen. So we're going to have an awkward start to what will hopefully be an amazing talk. And where's the music? It's not here. Well, no, not there. Shoot. Well, another thing that I like to do when I get up in front of people is, I don't know, have a little drink, kind of wet my whistle, make things a little less awkward. Mostly for myself. It makes things more awkward for you, maybe. Hopefully not. But I also like sharing. So I have this huge bottle of rum chata, and I kind of feel like anyone who's interested should probably head up to the stage real quick, and we're going to have some shots. This is totally normal. This is approved. Heidi says it's fine. So I've got 4 shot glasses. Who's going to come have a shot with me? Like, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So, hi, what's your name?
Mo.
Mo, good to meet you.
Nice
Kendall.
to meet you.
Hello, what's your name?
Janelle.
Janelle. Dylan. Hey, guys. Good to meet you. Hi, nice too. All right, let's do this, guys. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you my favorite joke in the world. Do you guys like puns? Let me hear laughter, hands if you like puns. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So check this. Check this. What did the carrot say to the tomato at the garden party? Ready? Lettuce, turnip, the beets. Thank you. Like, that's 3 puns in one go. Am I right? Like, that is comic genius. So let's have these shots. Did everyone have a great lunch? Yeah? Yeah? All right, kiddos.
Rum chata shots? What is your thing?
Usually whiskey, but I kind of thought that rum chata might be nice for the. So take one, take one. I'm just going to go straight from the bottle because I don't have any germs or anything, and I feel okay about that. So cheers, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me for a drink. All right. Oh,
That's pretty good.
that is so good. If anyone else wants one during my presentation, like, come up on stage. I don't care. I'm just going to be walking around. Another thing I do is to prove to my mother that I'm actually succeeding in life, and I do these talks and conferences, is I take a selfie with a selfie stick. So I'm just going to do that real quick. And if you don't mind looking like you're interested or something, like, that would be cool. I'm going to look super interested. See, like that? Like, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Okay, there we go. Great, thank you. So anyway, on to the actual reason that I am here. And forgive me, I'm going to look at my notes every so often because I've got a lot to say. And I've lost my clicker. Here we go. Cool. So you know me now. I've had a very awkward introduction. My name is Kendall Burke, and I am a customer happiness specialist.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh! Yes!
Let's get ready to
Yes! Yes! All right. High five. And there we go. So anywho, high five. Great. So it's probably going to start again.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, so longest intro in the world. Great. My name is Kendall Burke, as I've mentioned now 40 times. And that's me. That's my cat Poncho. Great guy. I'm a customer happiness specialist for Acuity Scheduling. We are an online scheduling company that helps small and medium-sized businesses schedule appointments online, which is super great. There's only 10 of us in our entire company, but we've got hundreds of thousands of users all over the world. That's me, if you can't tell. 7 of those people all work in customer support, which is really cool. We are 70% support in our business because we love our customers. It's great. And I could probably talk to you about scheduling all day, but there's a million other things I want to talk to you about. I don't know, like my cat, that's maybe. Could also talk to you about the really weird crush I have on Matt Lauer from the mid-90s. Like, it, even to this day, oh my God, he is such a dreamboat, am I right? But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about something that I think we all probably put a lot of emphasis on in our lives, relationships. But not those like gross, mushy feelings that you feel for a boy or a girl or a human or anything like that. We're going to talk about one that you probably do not often romanticize. Your job. Weird, right? Yeah, that's a relationship. Now, I'm going to get a little personal with you for a sec. And while we do, oh, yikes, wrong slide. Oh, gosh, yikes. Anywho, we're gonna watch this video of baby goats in pajamas while I talk to you a bit about my life, and it's gonna make me feel a little bit more comfortable, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy it too. Um, yeah, let's do this. So, getting personal. In the interest of my own sanity and self-care, I do see a therapist every week. Her name is Amanda. She's wonderful. We talk about a lot of things, including my Matt Lauer crush. It's really weird, guys. It is really weird, but it's fine. But what we mostly talk about are relationships in my life. And more often than not, it's usually talking about the beautiful girl I saw on the train that I fell in love with, and I went home, wrote a ton of misconnections about, tried to find on Facebook maybe, I don't know, things get weird. But one day, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about my job. And it was weird. I was talking about how happy it made me and how fulfilled I felt and how respected I felt. And it was a really great feeling. And I realized something. My job is a relationship in my life. And it's super important. It's like right up there with my mom, my dad, my cats. It pays the bills, and you spend a lot of time with it. So then I kind of started thinking more like, whoa, finding the perfect job is kind of like, I don't know, finding the perfect human. Like there are some people that you kind of outgrow. There are some people who are completely wrong for you. And sometimes, if you're lucky, there's the right person, or job in this case. So we're going to talk a little bit about my history through dating and job searching, and kind of how it led me to where I am today. I think that people often think that a job is just a way to make bills, or pay bills, make money, be a badass boss. It's great to be a badass boss, but again, you got to look at your job as more than just a way of making money. It's a relationship. So without further ado, let's talk a bit about my relationships and my jobs, because I guess I really love talking about myself, and it's great. So one thing to note, though, a really bad job is like a really bad right swipe on Tinder. It's not going to last long, and you're really not going to feel good when you wake up in the morning. You're going to feel really bad. Really bad. So without further ado, let's get into it. For me, my first love, that guy right there, Zach Hansen. Oh my God. I was 11 years old. I was growing out this really regrettable bowl cut that my mother let me get. It was bad. I thought that his long hair and his gap teeth were just the epitome of beauty. In hindsight, he really should have taught me a lot more than I learned at the time, because my first serious girlfriend looked exactly like Zach Hansen. So, I don't know, hindsight 2020, I guess. But with that being said, my first real human job was at a big coupon factory that will remain nameless out of respect. You could make guesses if you want, and I will not confirm or deny. And it was a good job. It was great. It was kind of like my first love. I learned so much about how to be a customer support rep, and then I became an assistant manager, and then I became a manager, and it moved really fast. And it was kind of like going on those first awkward dates, and then making it Facebook official, and then moving in together, and then doing whatever it is you do when you have a happy relationship. But then after a while, the excitement, it was gone. It was gone, kind of like, again, when you're just Netflix and chilling all day, but you're not even chilling, you're just Netflixing, you know what I mean? Yeah. It got stagnant and it got old. So it was kind of not great at all. So, I don't know, I'm getting a little lost here because, oh my God, he's so dreamy. I can't stop looking at him. It's so weird. But at my time in Groupon, I learned living social, I mean. I learned a lot, and it was great, but it was a busy call center environment where we had so many processes and policies that we had to follow all the time, and there was just no more room for growth, and it just, again, it was all Netflix and no chill. So it was time to move on, and whether you are actually at your first job or your 10th job, there are a couple of things to consider. Is there room for growth? Are you passionate about what you do? And would you be happy to be where you are 5 years from now? Honestly, if the answer is no to any of those, it's probably time to ditch your own personal Zach Hansen and maybe move up to Taylor or Ike, or maybe a Spice Girl if that's what you're into. Turns out I was. Anyway. So after a while, after the coupon factory, I decided to go for something a little bit different, a little bit out of my league. I found this ad for a WordPress plugin guru, and at the time, I only knew about WordPress.com. I did not know what .org was. I did not know what a plugin was. All I knew is that I built a really bad website on WordPress and I could probably figure it out. So I applied, and I made a damn good resume, and I interviewed really well because, hi, I'm clearly very personable, and it's great. And they hired me, and it was fine. It was fine until my first shift, when I was sitting on my couch, and I get all these support requests about like APIs and imports and all of these things, and I sat there and I was like, oh, what? And it was kind of like this time that I matched with a blonde model on Tinder, and I proceeded to change everything about myself to appease this woman. Honestly, I don't do yoga. I don't do clean eating. I hate hiking, and I love all of the gluten. But I changed myself to try to make this person want to be with me, to like me. And I wasn't being myself. I was struggling, and it was just like that with the WordPress plugin. I wasn't being me. I wasn't being true to myself, and it was a struggle. So it was completely out of my league, and I was changing, and I was struggling. And if you are doing those things, it's probably not a good fit. You should feel comfortable and confident and empowered when you go to your job every day. You shouldn't be sitting there kind of like in a little ball on your couch, kind of like, oh fuck, what did I do? What did I do? People are relying on you at your job, and if you can't be the best you can't be relied on. So you gotta move on. And when you do move on, I really hope it's not to this one. Yeah. The worst kind of relationship, a toxic one, the one that brings out the absolute worst in you. It happens with humans, it happens with jobs. It can even happen with a cat. One of my cat's baby cat is a major B, and she brings out the worst in me. Different story for a different day, though. But anyway, I've already told you guys about my therapist and about, my weird Matt Lauer thing, which please, don't tell people. It's gonna get really weird, but whatever. So I'm not really going to get into the specifics of my terrible relationships because I'm not paying you all $100 an hour to watch me cry on stage, and I'll just save that for therapy next week. So I'll just jump straight to the job part. A couple years ago, I was working for a POS, which was actually a POS. It was very, very, very shitty. And again, not mentioning names. We had outages pretty much every week. These are people who are relying on a payment processing system to take money, to let their customers come in and out the door to enjoy times and pay their bills. And we would go down and we would not have a reason why. And we would just say, I am so sorry. And we would just have to apologize. And the phone queue, it would be in hundreds. So many people waiting. It would get to the point where it was red and blinking because we couldn't take any more people in the phone queue. The emails would go from 0 to 2,000 in literally minutes. There was not enough manpower. We were all having to do mandatory overtime. It was absolutely terrible. We were human punching bags. And honestly, I thought that I had developed a lot of thick skin after being a manager at said coupon factory. I took a lot of escalations. I talked to a 72-year-old woman about a defective vibrator that she bought from a discount website and had to explain to her, no, ma'am, you just have to put the batteries in it. And that was weird, but this was worse. This was so much worse. I would have taken those vibrator calls every day if I could, 8 hours a day, gladly. But no, I was a punching bag, and it overflowed into my life. I would wake up, and I would be mad. I would go to work, I would be mad. I would go on break. Guess what? I was mad. I would leave work, and not even leaving work could make me not mad. My relationships, they all suffered because I was just so mad. And I was projecting on everyone in my life. I was stressed, I was anxious, I was having these dreams about that place all the time. I couldn't rest. I even actually considered breaking my arm so I could get a few weeks off work. That's how terrible it was. When it gets to a point when you are thinking about self-harm just to get out of the place that you have to go every day, oh, that is fucked. I'm sorry to use that language, but that is messed up. And I was there, and it was bad. I didn't like it. It was a definite toxic shock situation. So, I was a Debbie Downer. It was me all the time. Wah, 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 wah. It wasn't even funny though. Like sometimes I can laugh when I'm sad. This was not funny. This is not funny. So to take away from this, like think about what your day-to-day is like. Do you wake up? Are you stressed out? Is your personal life impacted by your job? Do you have so much anxiety thinking about it? Most importantly, are you a sad panda? Like, what is sadder than a sad panda? Pandas are literally the cutest, and when they're sad, oh my God, my heart breaks. If you Google sad panda, just don't. Anyway, so that was like the shit of my life. But now I'm gonna tell you the most romantic story of my life. February 18th, 2015. I was doing my daily job search, and yep, came across an ad, and it was written like an online dating ad, which, guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really into online dating, spend a lot of time doing it, so clearly my interest was piqued immediately. This is the ad. I mean, likes, espresso, whiskey, the TV show Arrested Development. Like, what? I love all of those things. And I proceeded to spend hours writing the best cover letter I have ever written in my entire life, maybe in the whole existence of cover letters. And I spent the next 3 days checking my inbox every 15 minutes to see if there was a reply, kind of thinking like, oh, I know it's meant to be, I know it's not to be, but I'm not hearing back. You know, it's like when you get that match with someone hot and you're like, are they gonna message back? And you're just wondering. Well, guess what? They did. They did after 3 days. And the email started with, hi, Kendall, you might be the one. And ended with, I hope you still have a mullet. Yes, I had a mullet when I was a child after the bowl cut. It was terrible. And yes, I admitted it to my future boss. And he liked it, and he mentioned it, and I thought to myself, oh my God, this is my soulmate. This is amazing. So about 6 days and 2 interviews later, I was offered the position of customer happiness specialist. And it was a match made in heaven, quite frankly. Look at that. That was so beautiful. It's great. So I've been with Acuity now for about 15 months. And in that time, I have done so much. Like, my job, they let us do whatever we want. We are empowered to be ourselves. We are empowered to be creative and curious. We are told to travel. If I haven't taken time off in a few weeks, my boss will say, hey, when's your next day off? Because you need to make sure you're getting out there and exploring. We get an education credit to do whatever we want. I took a cooking class. I also took a coding class. But I could do whatever I wanted. It was amazing. We write every single email personally. We don't use canned responses. We form relationships with clients. I have one customer, her name's Amy. We send each other cat pictures literally every week, like updates of what our cats are up to. Her cat Smudge, he's put on a couple of pounds lately, and she's a little worried about it. But I suggested, maybe get some balls, maybe put them in catnip, throw them. We have advice for each other. It's great. But that's something that I could never do before. I could never be empowered to be myself at a job. And more importantly, I wasn't empowered to live the life that I want to live outside of work. My day ends. My 6-hour workday, mind you, from which I work from home or wherever I am traveling, ends, and I close my computer. I don't look at it until the morning because I don't have to. There is nothing overflowing. When I dream about Acuity, which I have, it's actually like cute dreams. Like I'm like dreaming that I'm working from like an island and I'm happy, and it's weird. It's really weird. And I mean, seriously, in 15 months, my life, so different. So different. I've traveled 60,000 miles. I've seen places I've never seen. I have read more books. I've ridden more bikes. I've gone on more Tinder dates. I ate a pig's face. And I'm not really an adventurous eater, but I ate a pig's face because why the hell not? I was empowered to do so. Everything has changed. I have been to a half dozen conferences. I've had the opportunity to speak at 3 of them now, so thank you guys for letting me do this. And just everything is different, everything. People in my life, they say to me, Kendall, how can I have your job? People I haven't talked to in years reach out to me on Facebook. Hey, how's it going? How's life? They do that whole bullshit, like I care about what's going on, and then get to, by the way, is your company hiring? Could you put in a good word? Like, no, you were a dick to me in high school. I'm not putting in a good word. But it's great. It makes people jealous they're not working customer support. And how many of you work in customer support? We all know that it's not the most glamorous job, that we don't oftentimes have people saying, give me your job. Mostly people go and they say, oh, it'll be good for now, it'll be fine. No, nothing should ever be good for now. You should be loving what you're doing all the time. And Sure, at this point I'm bragging. I'm literally standing up on stage bragging. But why not? I have the perfect job, the perfect work-life balance. I feel like you could all have that too. So, I mean, yes, again, I'm up here to brag and like talk about how I dated a blonde model once, but I also want you all to take a step back and think about that place that you're going on Monday. Does it make you happy? Do you feel respected? Are you encouraged to explore and try new things? And can your work life and personal life coexist? If yes, then guys, awesome, pat yourself on the back, you did it, yay! If not, sorry dudes, you gotta like maybe reconsider, because again, you are committing 40 hours of your life to this place, if not more. Throw in the commute, throw in your lunch break, throw in the things that you bring home. You're probably committing about 60 to 70 hours per week to this place. You gotta love it, just like the human that you share a bed with. You gotta love them, or not, I mean your own personal preference. I like love, I think it's cute, I think it's great. But if you don't have that, find it. You are all able to find it. There is the perfect thing for everyone. I am a weirdo. I'm a weirdo who loves my cats a lot. Like, I literally wrote the word cat about 17 times in the first draft of this speech, and then I had to cross a lot out because I thought to myself, Kendall, overboard. I'm weird, and I found a job. I found a job where my coworkers and I, we talk in Slack all day about our cats. It is amazing. We talk about, did you know that there's bat poop coffee? Found that out at work the other day. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I want you all to have that. You are all beautiful, wonderful people. You wouldn't be here otherwise. And you can all do it. And I want you to do it. And if you want to talk about how I found my job or what resources or anything, come talk to me after this, because I have so much to say and I have so many great ideas about where you can find what you need. And to end this, I'm just gonna end it with a quote from a woman who really likes her job, Leslie Knope. Why would anyone ever eat anything besides breakfast food? Really? So that's me, I'm done. If you have any bacon, bring it to me, because I am on a breakfast food kick lately. And I appreciate you all listening to me talk for 22 minutes. Wow, I can't even listen to myself talk for that long. So thank you. You are all beautiful people. I love you. If you want rum chata, please come have some. Thank you so much, Ann Arbor. You have been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.